Hey everyone, welcome back to the B Studio, and today I'm here to talk about Cobra Kai Season 4, Episode 5, titled Match Point. We are officially halfway through the season. I gotta say, first of all, I wasn't a big fan of how this episode kind of ended, and I don't know, I just, compared to the previous episode we saw, this one just, it wasn't as good for some reason. I don't know why. I don't have much, so I will get to why I think that. The fight was just kind of underwhelming, and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. So, yeah, we pretty much see Johnny is jealous of, Daniel and Miguel's relationship, and he pretty much tells Daniel about it. And pretty much, Daniel says that he wants what's best for Miguel and all of his students, and he thinks that what's best for them is learning Miyagi-Do. You can't just say that. You have to give Johnny a chance. What has Johnny done? Johnny hasn't done anything wrong, is the thing. Like, they were both open to learning each other's styles, and suddenly, just because Johnny's jealous, Daniel's like, yeah, I think they should just learn my style. That's not right. You can't make that happen. Like, it's not all about you. Like, in my opinion, I think both are important. If anything, I think Johnny's a little bit better just because of how you need to learn how to fight. Like, you can't just, like, take over one style. Then what's the point of what we've seen in the previous episodes if now Daniel just wants to... I don't even know. I will say it was pretty funny when Johnny went on a Twitter rant. Hash brown den meat. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's actually good humor though. Like, I actually laughed when I read that. So yeah, they're pretty much preparing for this big fight that is a little underwhelming when we do get to it. Okay, a little moment between Dimitri and Yasmin. Okay, here's the thing. I cannot ship them. Like, it's just so weird. I am happy for Dimitri and that he's finally found someone, but I just cannot vibe with the weirdness that this is. It feels so forced, and like, how is Yasmin actually interested in a guy like this? Like, I don't get it. I mean, not to be mean to Dimitri, I'm not saying he's like the worst guy, but like, it's just so weird how it happened. It just felt pretty rushed. But whatever, good for them. And we do get a little moment between Moon and Hawk too, where it seems like maybe there's a little rekindling going on there, or like the start of it. Okay. I also want to say how there's some building tension between Crease and Silver. Silver pretty much says, keep your anger stored inside of you instead of letting it out, because once it finally comes time to the tournament, you can use it, and that's good. So I thought that was interesting, but of course Crease is already, growing suspicious of Silver and his teaching techniques. Although, like I said, at this point, I think Silver's is better aligned than Crease's techniques, I gotta say. I do think that the students overall still respect Crease as a sensei because he's been there longer. But I do like how this storyline isn't just about which sensei is better. It's actually about their past, Crease and Silver. I do like that. Okay, so, before we actually get to the fight, pretty much, Hawk's hair is purple. The purple hair looks so good. Better than the red, I gotta say. Or the blue. Like, I wish we actually got to see more of it, because the purple looked really good on him. Unfortunately, Cobra Kai shaved his head off with a razor, or his hair off, so now he doesn't have any purple hair. And it is pretty sad, I gotta say. I mean, Hawk didn't deserve that. Like, just because he switched sides, like, it's... Although he did betray his dojo. I mean, that's what's hard about this. Like, sure, he wanted to get back on the good side, but you also just can't switch sides, especially when he becomes so loyal to Cobra Kai, like I mentioned in my last video. Okay, so then we finally get to this fight between Daniel and Johnny. I guess it's supposed to be like this epic showdown. I gotta say, I wasn't a big fan of the fight. I mean, it had good moments, like the flashbacks to like the first movie. But I don't know. I gotta say, it was kind of like a cop-out, or how do you say, a little bit underwhelming, anticlimactic, just because it ends with pretty much them both scoring a point, and or like Sam and Miguel taking Johnny and Daniel's sides. What's interesting here is that they're really portraying the different relationships between Daniel and Miguel and Johnny and Sam, which normally it's the opposite, of course, because we have father like son, and then father and daughter. So of course it's different, but I am liking how we're getting like different teachings there. Sam has obviously gotten kind of used to Johnny, and is even doing his water bottle cap thing now. So, and obviously Daniel has a reason to be concerned. But it's good that they're learning both styles, I guess. But I kind of wish the fight had more meaning to it, because all it did was them decide to just break off their alliance. So, but I do think it makes it stronger for them to reunite later in the season by doing it this way, but I'm still kind of underwhelmed at how it happened. So yeah, I gotta say, this episode wasn't as good as the previous few. I gave it like a B+, maybe. It was still good. It had good moments. I do like the Crease and Silver stuff. It's very interesting. Johnny's Twitter rant was pretty funny. And yeah, and I do think Hawk, I am super sad that they shaved his head off. Like, that's really cruel, no matter what the circumstances are. Because he looks so good with purple hair, I gotta say. Anyways, I'm gonna get off of here, but comment down below, what do you think of this episode? And I'll be back soon with a review of future episodes. So, bye everyone.